What's the scariest moment in a video game you've ever had? The first Dead Space will always have a special place in my heart. Some of the jump scares, plus the regeneration monster had me shitting myself. In Half-Life 2, I recall a point where the game draws your attention up some stairs. As you start to ascend, the stairs break and collapse, dropping you in front of some zombies. Playing late at night, it totally got me. The zombie dogs in Resident Evil jumping through the windows. God damn. BioShock, my ex made me play in the dark and I jumped more than I'd care to admit. Subnautica, most of the game if you play in the dark lol. I was just walking around in Skyrim and then a bear roared in my ear randomly for the first time. They purposely amplified the sound effect of the bears to be 100x louder than anything else in the game. It scared the shot out of me. PT, don't touch that dial now, we're just getting started. Sudden cut to silence with Lisa's ghastly visage right in front of you. I mean honestly the whole thing is a heebie-jeebies simulator. A few come to mind. The first 3 hours of my first playthrough of RE7, before you learn the game's tricks and how to fight back, could only do it 30 minutes at a time. The giant head in the hospital hallway in Silent Hill 4, was just so out of nowhere and its appears at random. The only jump scare in Eternal Darkness, truly earned. In FEAR when you turn to climb down a ladder and boom, there's the scary girl. Basically any moment in Alien Isolation. One of the most atmospheric games I've ever played. Soma. You have no weapons, and if they find you, the effect is terrifying. Sometimes I had to wait for my girlfriend to come over because I couldn't play it alone. Masterfully done atmospheric horror. When I thought I accidentally used my Master Ball on something stupid in Pokémon Red. Encountering Man-Bat in Batman Arkham Knight. Clickers in Last of Us and Last of Us 2 when they find you. Legend of Zelda. There was a creature called Dead Hands. Nightmarish. I don't remember what it was, but Silent Hill made me not want to play any more horror games. The first time I encountered a Leshen in Witcher 3. I literally rode Roach across half the map to escape. That Get Out voice from Donkey Kong 64. It didn't scare me that bad, but I was a little bit creeped out. The first time I encountered a Reaper Leviathan in Subnautica. Resident Evil, Director's Cut. When that motherfucker slowly turns around after munchin' on that jackoff's lower GI tract, I would always freak out. First encounter with a regenerator in Resident Evil 4. I noped the fuck out when I saw the thing slither towards me when I shot off the leg. Edit, link. Playing TLOU, clearing out some clickers when my 5-year-old daughter sneaked out of bed to ask me something and before I knew she was behind me she whispered, "Daddy," in my ear. I'm terrified of spiders. In Resident Evil 2, there are huge, bear-sized spiders in the sewers. The first time I played that game the spiders scared the shit out of me and it took me a few hours before I could continue playing. Subnautica. Not the jump scares but the game taught me the true meaning of anxiety. The flood in Halo Combat Evolved. The build-up with the environment and found footage along with the off music made for an awesomely terrifying fight for my life. The moment in Silent Hill 3 when you're in the office buildings. In of the rooms you find a mannequin and when you leave the room you hear an ear-piercing scream. Go back to where the mannequin is and its head is split in half with blood spilling out. Fucking shit scared me to death when I played it the first time. Edit, stupid autocorrect on my phone changed fucking to ducking initially. I just corrected that. Spoilers for Jedi Fallen Order. Vader appears and then your only objective is to run. Slender Man. When it first became popular I played the game and he popped up on the screen with that scary noise and I screamed and threw my laptop on the floor. Eternal Darkness, Sanity's Requiem had some amazing scare mechanics with their sanity system. The scariest to me had to be the one involving the saves where it pretends to delete all your save files. Holy shit, I remember freaking out over that the first time that happened. That game was so good at fucking with your head, shame we haven't gotten a proper remake or sequel. Doing some exploring in Stalker when I find an empty building. Outside is chaos, but here it's quiet, doesn't feel right. Look down one dark hallway and see something at the end. Cautiously inch forward and see that it's a dead body. Don't even bother looting it before losing my nerve and turning back, only for a bloodsucker to appear right in front of me. Had to pause and take a break for a while before emptying my mag into that walking bullet sponge nightmare fuel. In Until Dawn, when Ashley investigates the voice instead of following the group. She's my favorite character. The Silent Realms in Skyward Sword. Fuck those Guardians and the Watchers. And yes, my username checks out. Be quiet. Whenever you open a door in Resident Evil 2, it did a little door opening animation. If a zombie was on the other side, sometimes they would burst through the door during the animation. For someone that wasn't expecting that the first time, it freaked me out big time. When the power went out before I found a save point. Mr. X from the Resident Evil 2 remake, because he's invincible and you have no time to think. Playing Fatal Frame. It's all scary. Resident Evil 4. Being chased by the sackhead chainsaw guy and I've got like 4 bullets left in my pistol. The Rat King in The Last of Us 2. Scary but also disgust. The very idea of what it is just obscene. The lighting of the scene makes it even more unnerving, and every time you think you've killed it, well, without spoiling it, you haven't. It was an old card matching game on the Goosebumps Horrorland website. When you ran out of time, an image of a werewolf would jump scare you, and this scared the living daylights out of my little brother and I. There's a point near the end of Silent Hill 2 where you can't keep going unless you get rid of everything in your inventory. Let me tell you, walking through pitch-black corridors listening only to the sound of your footsteps and the grotesque writhing noises the monsters make with no way of fighting back is extremely nerve-wracking. Easy, Doki Doki Literature Club. When Monica says she knows your real name, and then says your real name. Jesus, I literally turned off my monitor in fear. Once I almost lost to the Jets playing Madden. Having only one balloon left, knowing my older brother is coming after me with a red shell. It's gotta be the monsters near the end of Uncharted. Those monkey motherfucks gave me nightmares for a good week. The first time I stumbled across a Bruxa in Witcher 3. Walked up to the nice lady and she scared the shit out of me. Had the volume up way too loud lol. One of the most underrated games I have ever seen is called Do You Copy? And it horrified me. It's made via Unity engine, but I could be mistaken. It focuses on psychological horror more than it does other elements. It's about a forest watchtower hearing a distressed hiker over a radio, and it just escalates from there. It's some of the best work I have seen, especially for how low of a budget the team had. Wallmasters, man. Your first scare sticks with you forever. Typing, played in WoW. Man bat popping up and screaming at you as you're trying to grapnel up a building in Arkham Knight startled the fuck out of me. It's a tie, but those are the ones that made me go to panic mode. 1. Manhunt, the crazy dude looking for his shoes. 2. Max Payne, when his family is violently attacked and MP walks through a bloody maze kinda like in a dreamy state.